Just look at the blistering speed of modern software development. Entire complex codebases are writing and compiling themselves in real time. We've moved past basic autocomplete tools that suggest a single line of code. We are now using autonomous agents that read your entire repository, plan a feature, and execute edits across dozens of files at once. But accessing these tools usually means accepting a $20 a month subscription from a single vendor. That creates rigid lock-in. You're tied to one company's model ecosystem and their specific data privacy policies. You can bypass this by decoupling the tools. You separate the front-end interface you type into from the back-end LLM brain that does the thinking. This chart plots the trade-off between configuration effort and model variety. Standard subscriptions are convenient, but they limit your options. The decoupled stack requires more setup, but it puts every major frontier model in a single interface. Reaching that level of extreme flexibility requires you to manually step in and wire the individual software components together yourself. If you drop the flat-fee subscription and stack the pieces yourself, you gain tight security controls and an ecosystem of hundreds of models. Your first layer is OpenRouter. It acts as an API gateway, the universal backend for whichever coding agent you decide to use. Instead of a monthly subscription, you switch to a pay-per-token model. You only pay for the exact amount of compute you use. You get immediate access to over 300 models from different providers, including highly capable free-tier options. The operational trade-offs are minor. You have to monitor a prepaid token balance, and you accept roughly 15 milliseconds of routing latency. This gateway scorecard compares inputs to outcomes. Load $5 in prepaid credits to access the entire ecosystem. The zero data retention line ensures OpenRouter never logs your code, keeping data secure. But opting out of data sharing means sacrificing a 1% token discount. The gateway handles your billing and your model access. Now, you need a front-end interface to actually write the code. If you prefer a visual environment, your first front-end option is Cline. It runs natively as a VS Code extension. Cline keeps you in control by pausing to ask for your approval before it modifies any files or executes terminal commands. It also integrates the Model Context Protocol, meaning you can plug in external tools to let the agent search the web or query databases. This GUI scorecard breaks down setup versus benefits. Install the extension for visual diffs, MCP access, and checkpoints. Cline takes local project snapshots after every AI action, letting you instantly revert mistakes. But these snapshots consume disk space, potentially causing performance lag in massive repositories. This interface also strictly binds your workflow to VS Code. If you prefer a different IDE, you'll need another solution. Cline gives you transparency and visual safety rails. It's excellent for developers who want oversight, but the constant approvals sacrifice raw speed. If you want speed, you use Claude Code. It's a terminal-native headless agent. The difficulty here is that Anthropic built Claude Code to natively force you into their direct API billing and their specific models. To get around this, you run local middleware on your machine, like Yacht Router or Claude Code Router. This intercepts the terminal's requests and redirects them to OpenRouter. Looking at this CLI scorecard, weigh the heavy installation against the outcomes. You install Docker or NPM packages, but gain headless execution speed and dynamic model switching. Typing /model swaps the active AI mid-conversation. Just remember, conversational context doesn't always transfer cleanly between different providers. Be prepared for a steep learning curve. This setup requires managing background processes and configuring environment variables in your shell. It takes effort to wire up, but terminal purists get a fast, keyboard-first workflow that bypasses Anthropic's billing. Because the AI landscape is fragmented, there is no single right answer. You have to match the agent and the router to your specific workflow. This decision flowchart maps out your options based on your primary constraint: budget, visual control, or terminal speed. Let's isolate the budget path for indie hackers and students. Your ideal stack is the Cline GUI connected to OpenRouter's free-tier models. By choosing Cline, you skip the technical headaches of configuring middleware for the terminal entirely. Now let's look at the visual control path for power users. You also want the Cline interface, but you should pair it with OpenRouter's premium models. This allows you to assign heavy logic tasks to a model like DeepSeek and route UI edits to Claude Sonnet, all while using custom MCP tools. Finally, the terminal speed and enterprise path for tech leads. Your stack is Claude Code running through Yacht Router, connected to an Open Router Enterprise account with zero data retention enabled. This combination maintains a fast, keyboard-native workflow while providing centralized team billing and ensuring your proprietary code is never logged or used for training. Stop paying for locked-in subscriptions. Grab an API key, pick your interface, and build a modular stack adapted to the task in front of you.